Hello, you. Welcome. I thought with everything happening in the world at the moment, I wanted to keep Adorn a nice, safe, and sparkly place for us all. We've got such a lovely community, and I thought we could snuggle up together and do a nice autumn quiz. Now, I know that we're not ready for the end of summer, but we can kind of do an autumn quiz to ease us in. So, I've got 12 questions. I keep wanting to say 15. I haven't got 15. I've got 12 questions, all based around the theme of autumn. So, find something that you'd like to write on and find something that you'd like to write with, or if you're digital, just get your phone, open the notes app, go for it, and you can pause while you pop off, find those, come sit back down, press play, have a cup of tea. You might want to make that while I'm on pause, and we'll do a nice autumn quiz together. So, if you've popped out and you've got everything you need, let's settle in. Question number 1 then for our autumn quiz. Is a pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? Is a pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? Now what I'm going to do is read these 12 questions out, and then I'll read the answers out for you. So if you're feeling a bit naughty, you can skip to the end and you'll be able to find out exactly what the answers are without doing any of the work. And I won't judge you because I won't know. But if you want to stay with me and have some fun, then we can answer these quiz questions. Question number 2 then. What is the birthstone for September? What is the birthstone for September? So each month of the year has a traditional birthstone, and I'd like to know what is the birthstone for September. Now, if you want to, you can pause in between each of these questions to give you time to answer them. Have a little think. No Googling. I know what you're like. You can if you want. That's okay. You can play in teams. You can play on your own, and I'm going to read the 12 questions, then we'll do the answers at the end. Question number 3 then. Fill in the missing word from this line in To Autumn by John Keats. Season of and mellow fruitfulness. So Ode to Autumn, a lovely poem. And I want to know, what is the missing word? So season of and mellow fruitfulness. What is that missing word? And that is question number 3. Question number 4 then. Does autumn have an equinox or a solstice? So it has one or the other. It either has an equinox or a solstice. I'd like to know which one it has. Question number 4. Does autumn have an equinox or a solstice? Now, you may have had a few of these questions a couple of times if you watch my ill-fated Friday Night Live over on Facebook. I don't know what happened. Honestly, it was like we had a gremlin in the system. I tried twice and I thought, yeah, no, there's nothing more frustrating, is there, than when you're trying to watch something and you kind of get into it and then you get pulled out of it and it's buffering and oh, no, goodness me. So I do apologise if you were watching that show. Sometimes these things just aren't meant to be. So I thought I'd record the quiz, upload it, and then you can do it in your own time as well. So question number 5. When was the first recorded game of Conkers? So we know the game of Conkers, where you have your conker and you put it on your shoelace and you try and smash the other conker. I'm going to give you multiple choice for this. So when was the first recorded game of Conkers? Was it 1648, 1748 or 1848? And that's question number 5. Question number 6 then. What is another name for a harvest moon? Now, I said earlier that I was going to give you a little bit of a background about a harvest moon. It's one of the biggest moons of the year. And you'll have to let me know, if you're watching the quiz from outside of the UK, how many of these questions actually make sense, because a lot of them are about traditions and that kind of thing. So you might have a different name for them. But here in the UK, what is another name for a harvest moon? I'll give you a multiple choice. Is it a corn moon, a wheat moon, or a sheaf moon? What is another name for a harvest moon? Is it a corn moon, a wheat moon, or a sheaf moon? Now, question number 7. Which 2 zodiac signs fall in the month of September? So each zodiac, each sort of I was going to say each month has its own sign, which is clearly not the case as I'm asking you about 2. So which 2 zodiac signs fall in the month of September? Question number 8. Which city did Ella Fitzgerald sing about autumn in? So she sung a song with Louis Armstrong called Autumn in a city. Which city was Autumn in with Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong? It's a lovely song. Number 9, question number 9 then. In which month do the clocks go back in the UK this year, 2022? So our clocks go, we have spring forward and fall back. But in which month do the clocks go back in the UK this year in 2022? An extra hour in bed. Very, very good for our health, apparently. The health statistics are all better when the clocks have gone back. Isn't that interesting? And I think it's something to do with the maybe spending a little bit more time in bed, maybe being a little bit less stressed. Question number 10. This is one of my favourite questions. Question number 10. Folklore tells us not to pick and eat blackberries after which date? Now, again, if you're outside the UK, this may make absolutely no sense. But we've folklore here in the UK that tells us not to pick and eat blackberries after, is it A, the 29th of September, B, the 10th of October, or C, the 31st of October? So folklore tells us not to pick and eat blackberries after which date? Is it the 29th of September, the 10th of October, or the 31st of October? That's question number 10. Number 11, question number 11. When is Michaelmas? Again, I think very much a UK thing. Something else that I love about autumn. You can start getting really snuggly, can't you, with your nice big mugs of tea. Although I've got to admit that my mugs do not get any smaller throughout the year. They're no smaller in the summer. They're always this kind of size. Question number 11. When is Michaelmas? And question number 12. By what name are Michaelmas daisies commonly known? Question number 12. By what name are Michaelmas daisies commonly known? And they are our 12 quiz questions. So now we're ready for some quiz answers in our autumn quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. You'll have to tell me in the comments how many you got right and whether you did a little bit of research or whether you just went for it, and see how many you can go and answer. And if you enjoyed the quiz, of course, do feel free to share it with your friends and family and let me know how they did as well. I find that very interesting. So our autumn quiz then, question number 1. Is a pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? A pumpkin is a fruit. There you go. Question number 2. What is the birthstone for September? September sapphire. So if your birthstone is in September, you've got beautiful, if your birthday is in, oh dear. I think maybe people might edit things like this, but you know, I'm just going to go with it. That's fine. So if your birthday is in September, then your birthstone is sapphire. Question number 3 was fill in the missing word from this line in To Autumn by John Keats. Season of and mellow fruitfulness. It was, of course, season of mists. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness. A lovely poem, very evocative of the season, I find. Question number 4. Does autumn have an equinox or a solstice? It was definitely one or the other. And which one did you put? So autumn has an equinox. And an equinox is when day and night are of equal length. And of course, at this time of year, for us here in the UK, the night is gaining. So perfect balance. Okay, I know that there are some meteorologists out there who are going to disagree with me, but perfect balance of day and night, and the night is gaining. So the dark is gaining. We're going into those darker days. So it's time to snuggle up, light your candles, put on your brooches. Generally find anything that'll make you sparkle. So day and night equal length, marking the start of autumn, and it's normally around September the 23rd. So we've still got a little bit to go at time of recording, of course, depending on when you're watching this, we might be well past that. Question number 5. When was the first recorded game of conkers? And I gave you multiple choice. Was it 1648, 1748 or 1848? And it was 1848. So conkers were actually introduced into Britain quite late in the 1600s. And before then, conkers was played with hazelnuts or cob nuts or even empty snail shells. Conkers introduced into the UK, into Britain, in the 1600s from Turkey. You'll have to let me know as well if you play conkers or not. It's a good game, and no cheating if you do. You're not allowed to use last year's conkers. It's very bad form. New conkers only, please. Question number 6. What is another name for a harvest moon? Now, the harvest moon is one of the biggest moons of the year. And of course, it used to be brilliant for bringing all the harvests in, and it really lights up the sky. It's absolutely stunning to see. And I'll try and capture it actually for you, what it looks like over Derbyshire, because it is very, very beautiful to watch. So what is another name for a harvest moon? Is it a corn moon, a sheaf moon, or a wheat moon? And the answer is a corn moon. Question number 7. Which 2 zodiac signs fall in the month of September? The answer are Virgo and Libra. So if your birthday is in September, then you've got that birthstone of sapphire and you're a Virgo or a Libra. And September is the most popular month for birthdays here in the UK. So if you're in September, then you are not alone. You're in very good company. Question number 8 was, which city did Ella Fitzgerald sing about autumn in? And she sang about autumn in New York. That's a lovely song, especially with Louis Armstrong. It's one of my favourites. Really lovely song. Question number 9. In which month do the clocks go back here in the UK this year? And the answer is October, 30th of October to be precise. An extra hour in bed. Hooray! It's the little things, something to celebrate. Question number 10. Folklore tells us not to pick and eat blackberries after which date? Now, I gave you multiple choice again for this one. It was 29th of September, 10th of October, or 31st of October. And the answer is the 10th of October. Now, this used to be Old Michaelmas. Now, I'm going to tell you about New Michaelmas in a moment because that was our next question. But Old Michaelmas used to fall on the 10th of October. And it was believed that after this date, the devil would come and spit and stamp on all the blackberries. Now, it could have been mould. I don't know. You tell me which one you think, but that's the reason. So because of it's sort of wet and humid weather, isn't it? And perfect conditions for that mould. So the blackberries do tend to go off a little bit. So tradition and folklore tells us not to pick and eat those blackberries after the 10th of September, lest the devil stamp on them. Question number 11, when is Michaelmas? So I just revealed to you when Old Michaelmas was, and that was the 10th of October, and Michaelmas 29th of September. And it's the feast of Michael and all angels, and harvest used to have to be completed by Michaelmas. It was also a time that people used to look for new tenants and new workers for the farms. And you'll hear maybe when you, if you're outside of the UK, if you listen or read about our schools, you'll hear about Michaelmas term. and that's the autumn term. And question number 12, by what name are Michaelmas daisies commonly known? And Michaelmas daisies are asters. Now, I always thought that Michaelmas daisies were always purple. For many reasons, because I've seen them in purple, because of the hymn that we used to sing in school, which was Michaelmas daisies, purple in the border. And so that was what question I was going to ask, and I thought I'll just because I research all these questions before I write them and before I present them to you, and I thought I'll just double check. And it turns out, yeah, loads of different colours, so that wouldn't have been a very good question. So hence this question, by what name are Michaelmas daisies commonly known? And the answer is asters. So that was our autumn quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how many questions you got right in the comments, and you will have the glory of being a winner maybe of our autumn quiz. And if not, hey, we kind of had fun, didn't we? Until soon then, enjoy your autumn. Bye.